Welcome to the 2020 New Testament Challenge. Today we're in Mark chapter 10, and in verse 46 we're introduced to Bartimaeus, blind Bartimaeus. Now he sat along the roadside begging every day. In his mind he was probably thinking, this is the way things will always be. Nothing will ever change. But then he heard about Jesus. And when he heard that Jesus was coming down his road, he was excited. And he started to yell and he started to scream. He had to get to Jesus. And so he yelled out, Jesus, Son of David, have mercy on me. Many people, they rebuked him. They told him to be quiet. But he shouted all the more, it says. He was going to do whatever it took to get to Jesus. There's two different kinds of blindness. There's the physical blindness, which we all understand. But there's a spiritual blindness as well. Jesus spoke about this in John chapter 12, verse 40. As he was looking at all the people, and he knew that they had seen all the miracles, but they still refused to believe, he said that Isaiah was right in speaking about this generation. They are ever seeing, but never understanding. They're ever hearing, but never believing. 2 Corinthians chapter 4, verse 4 says, the God of this world has blinded the eyes of unbelievers, so they cannot see the light of the gospel. The good news is that Satan cannot keep you from Jesus. I love the account of the man who lived in the Gadarene tombs. He was demon-possessed by a legion of demons, but when Jesus arrived on the scene, he ran to Jesus and fell down before him. With the legion of demons within him, they could still not stop him from getting to Jesus. Well, blind Bartimaeus was going to do whatever it took, and so he shouted all the more, even though there were people telling him it wasn't going to help. Jesus heard his faith, though, and he stopped and he called Bartimaeus. And Bartimaeus threw off his cloak, leaving everything behind, and he came to Jesus. And Jesus said, what do you want me to do for you? And he said, I want to see. And Jesus healed him and said that his faith had healed him. And then Bartimaeus praised God, it says, continually. You and I have so much to be thankful for as well and to praise God about. Our eyes have been opened. We have seen the light of the gospel. If we've received Jesus as our Savior, we've been forgiven of our sin. We have so much to thank him for. We need to continually do that as well. Concerning spiritual blindness, we all know people whose eyes are blinded. We need to pray that their eyes would be opened, because the good news is, as we read in Mark chapter 9, that nothing is impossible for God. Thank you for joining the 2020 New Testament Challenge.